Section 2. The Basics. In this section, we will learn the following topics: the basics of cloud computing, the Azure Global Infrastructure, ways to access the Azure Cloud. Video 2.1. The basics of cloud computing. In this video, we will cover the following topics: what is cloud computing? The advantages of cloud computing, types of cloud computing models, that is IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, types of cloud computing deployment models, that's private, public, hybrid. What is Azure Cloud? All of us use electronic devices like computers, laptops, mobile phones, tablets, etc. These devices contain lots of data. This data is stored increasingly in flash memory and in legacy devices in hard drives. But are you sure that the data is safe and will remain so for as long as you want? You cannot assure that because your electronic storage might get damaged sometime or the other. The data in old appliances can be lost. So what can you do now? Simple, upload the data to the cloud. But what is the cloud? It is a data center which has millions of computers. But what is inside a data center? What are all those devices? Relax, they are just computers. The data center has racks in which several pizza box-sized computers are present. Having understood what the cloud is, let us get to know the term cloud computing. Cloud computing is one of the many services provided by cloud service providers like Amazon, Microsoft, and Google. The cloud service providers offer many services like compute, storage, databases, networking, and so on. We will be learning about these services in the later part of the course. But what is cloud computing? It refers to remotely using servers over the internet for storing, processing, and managing data. Aren't you with me? Okay, let us consider that you are the owner of a large company. You will need physical infrastructure like a data center for storing, processing, and managing data. However, your objective is to serve your customers, and the data centers are just a means to this end. You would be happy to get on with your business if someone else can take care of the burden of managing the data centers. Here is where cloud comes into the picture. Cloud computing helps you store, control, and process data remotely over the internet without managing the data center yourself. We shouldn't get into anything without knowing the advantages. Let us have a look at some of the key advantages of the cloud. With the cloud, you only pay for what you use, and there is no need to pay upfront. That is, you can pay only after your usage. Thus, your capital expense gets converted to operating expense. This is similar to renting a house to live in instead of buying the house. Like renting, you pay the cloud service provider periodically based on your usage. You can use the services from anywhere in the world where there is a secure internet connection. The data is secure by default in the cloud. Cloud service providers take care of data security. You will not lose your data at any cost. Cloud service providers have data backup, disaster recovery, and fault-tolerant architecture. The number of resources and servers can be increased or decreased based on the requirement, which means cloud computing is scalable with just a few mouse clicks. The cloud is elastic. It can automatically scale up or down based on requirements. It helps you in managing the resources to dynamic workloads. With all these benefits of cloud computing, no wonder that many companies are migrating to cloud services. You can classify cloud computing either based on the service model or based on the deployment model. Infrastructure as a service, abbreviated as IaaS, platform as a service, abbreviated as PaaS, and software as a service, abbreviated as SaaS, are the types of service models. Public, private, and hybrid are the types of deployment models. Let us now take a look at the cloud classification based on the service model. Infrastructure as a service, or IaaS. IaaS offers the highest flexibility. Here, the cloud service provider takes care of hardware components like virtual machines, disks, and networks. They also ensure that your data is secure. The user doesn't manage the cloud infrastructure but has control over storage, operating systems, and the deployed applications. Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Platform, and Amazon Web Services are examples of IaaS. Platform as a Service, or PaaS. In PaaS, developers only need to focus on the deployment and management of applications without worrying about managing the infrastructure. The cloud service provider takes care of provisioning and managing servers. Elastic Beanstalk, Heroku, and Google App Engine are some examples of PaaS. Software as a Service, or SaaS. All of us might have used this service in one place or another in our daily life. Users can use cloud-based applications over the internet on demand. Users can use it without worrying about the code, OS, servers, or storage. The application source code is the same for everyone, and any update in the code will be reflected for all the users. Google Docs, Gmail, Office 365 are some examples of SaaS. Let us consider an analogy for this. You want to have a pizza. SaaS is like ordering a ready-made pizza and eating it. The pizza can also be baked, but all the requirements like an oven, the pizza dough, will be provided by the vendor. You just need to garnish your pizza with the toppings and bake the pizza. This method is PaaS. In IaaS, the kitchen will be provided by the vendor. You need to mix the flour, make the pizza base, add toppings, and then bake it. Let us now take a look at cloud deployment models. Public cloud. The cloud service providers take care of all hardware infrastructure. The cloud services are hosted over the internet for rent. There are multiple tenants, and these tenants using the public cloud pay only for what they use. Private cloud. It is nothing but an on-premise data center. The organization using a private cloud needs to take the responsibility of provisioning and managing the servers. People prefer private cloud when they need their data to be in the most secure place. Common use cases for private clouds are banks, military, or hospitals. Hybrid cloud. A hybrid cloud user uses both the public and private cloud. You have the benefits of both the deployment models. The workloads can be changed between public and private clouds depending on the computing needs. The most sensitive workloads can be placed in private cloud, and unpredictable workloads can be inside the public cloud as it is reliable, scalable, and elastic. Azure is a cloud service platform provided by Microsoft to help satisfy your organization's business needs. It contains many data centers which are spread all over the world. There are thousands of services, products, and solutions provided by Azure. We will learn about the essential Azure services in the latter sections. In summary, in this video, we have covered the following topics. What is cloud computing? The advantages of cloud computing. Types of cloud computing models, that is IaaS, PaaS, SaaS. Types of cloud computing deployment models, that is public, private, hybrid. What is Azure Cloud? In the next video, we will take a look at the Azure Global Infrastructure.